Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're finally here. We are at the final part of this playthrough, which is me playing through the Simpsons Hit and Run and seeing how many missions I can beat by using the normal traffic cars rather than actual proper cars. So, yes, we are finally in level 7. So far, I have not skipped any missions. Every mission I've attempted to do, I've been able to do it. Some more painful than others, but I'm getting dangerously close to actually beating this game, or at least all the missions I can beat using traffic cars. So that's what we're going to try to do today. I want to try and get through this without failing any of them. That would be amazing. Right, so as always, mission select. Let's go. So we've got 7 missions, and we've got the bonus missions. But there's actually not that many we can do. So we can do mission 1, Rigor, Motors. We can't do 2, we can't do 3, but we can do There's Something About Monty, and we can do Alien Autopsy Part 1. Autopsy, yes, Part 1. We can't do Part 2, we can't do Part 3. So because this is the final one, they do force you into specific cars. Like here with mission 2, that's where you have to buy the zombie car and use it. And then mission 3, I actually don't remember off the top of my head. But Alien Autopsy Part 2 is Snake's car. And then mission 7 is Grandpa's World War II vehicle. So not a ton we can do. We can attempt the bonus mission as well, although it's a little bit pointless. But I guess we'll get to that when we get to it. But let's just kick this off straight away. And we need to attempt the first mission, which I'm hoping won't be too bad. But as people who play this game will know, the traffic gets very strange for this level. It is very Treehouse of Horror themed, as you can tell by these zombies having a nice chat to each other. It's actually kind of funny. But yeah, we've got a few choices. I think the hearse. Let's give this one a go to begin with. It seems cool. It seems quite sturdy. I don't really want to use the witch car all that much, or the witch broom, I should say, which I don't know if it's technically the weakest car in the entire game, but it feels awful. It is terrible. So we're just going to kick it off with the first mission here. So, collect supplies to help fend off zombies. Don't let time run out. This one's not too bad, but it does have quite a strict time limit. Like, this is the most normal mission in the entire level here, because I mean, I actually really like this mission. Like, there's not a lot to it, but it is just, like, working with Flanders. Like, there's a nice parallel to the very first level of the game where you have to, like, go to Flanders and then steal all this stuff. So there's a little bit of a parallel to that, which I actually really like and think is really cool. But because it is the final level of the game, even though this is, like, the most vanilla one... Oh, that's not what you want, is it? It still gives you, like, very strict time limits. But I'm hoping that we can still go fast enough that it's fine and not really a problem. So we're going to steal this and go to Moe's. Like, there are some shortcuts I think you can use here, but I do want to say this might be okay. This might not be that big of a deal. Although I am going to turn around here, so I don't have to turn around for the next part of the mission. I grab that chainsaw. Alright, so the timer has started straight away, but I think that's fine. Like, yeah, again, it's strict time limits. Like, everything we've had to do here has been, like, 40 seconds or less. But it just doesn't really require you to do all that much. Like, this is just, like, a nice little throwback to the first level of the game. Just to get you back into the swing of things. While everything is very spooky themed. But I'm not too worried about this one. I guess the main thing for me is, like, testing out this hearse. And it definitely does not turn very well. But speed-wise, it's okay. It's actually okay speed-wise, which is not something I was expecting. I was expecting this to actually be a lot slower. This might be the fastest car out of all of these. I am very tempted to try some of these other vehicles though, but that's not what we're about. We're just here to use some of these traffic cars and see what we can do. This is not a witch broom specific playthrough. So let's see if we can do the next one, which is going to be mission 4. So there's something about Monty. Find a source of nuclear waste before time runs out. This one, if I recall, is like actually pretty basic. Like, there's something about this level, not just Monty, there's also something about this level where, like, it's the most, like, padded in the entire game. Because the missions are just, that first one there is really basic. This one is just drive to the power plant. I know it's not just drive to the power plant. I think someone shows up or something. But this is just drive to the power plant. And then you have to do the alien autopsy thing 4 times. So this is like so padded. So in terms of like, oh, we actually can't do that many of the missions for this challenge, actually isn't really that big of a deal because 4 of the missions are pretty similar. And quite a few of the missions are just like drive across the map. Like the zombie car one is also just like drive across the map. And this one is just drive across the map. So I don't think it's like particularly bad. And it's definitely like a very memorable level anyway. But yeah, I think for this challenge, it might seem like, oh, that sucks. There's only 4 missions I can do. But like, it doesn't matter. Like it just cuts all the repeats, all the padding. Because really, the first level, or the first mission, and this one, drive across the map, and the next one, alien autopsy, that's like all of them. Like, all the rest are just pretty much copy-paste, so. But there is one thing we do need to do, though. I did that quite easily, which is nice, but I still have to climb it. I have to climb this bloody thing. Like, this has nothing to do with the challenge, but this is always a bit of a pain. Never too fun to do. Come on! It's always that jump. The rest of it is okay, apart from that one jump. Alright, let's say that was first try. It definitely wasn't first try, but there we go, that's that mission done. So, we're actually not going to do this one, because this is the final story mission we can even attempt. And because this is like Alien Autopsy Part 1, and it's like quite an iconic mission, I'm going to go and do the bonus mission first, especially because the bonus mission in this level is kind of not great. It's pretty terrible. So I'm going to go and do that first, and then we'll come back and do this one after that. Well, just driving across this map, this limo is much... Not limo. I guess it's a very special kind of limo, but yeah, this hearse is pretty weak. So that's good information, I guess. Alright, here we are. Hello, Smithers. What do you have for us today? So, flaming tires. Help Smithers find the items for Mr. Burns before time runs out. So, technically we have to do this one, but it's more of a walking mission anyway. So, it's a technicality that I'm even having to do this, because most of it is just walking. There's just a little bit of driving, and you can use whatever car you want. So we're going to use this hearse. Although this one is very awkward. This is kind of, the whole mission kind of comes down to this. We got to like drive over here, and I missed. And I missed. So we're going to restart that real quick. There we go. No one has to know. One more try. Let's give this a go. It's very awkward. I don't even know if this is how you're meant to do it, but there we go. That's much better. I don't know what you're supposed to do there, but it gives you such a strict time limit that I'm assuming you're supposed to like launch yourself onto it, but you know, whatever. Like, there's not much to it. It's just awkward. Just unnecessarily awkward. Alright, and then one more, which I think, like, we get such a generous time limit for this very last one. Like, the time limit is so strict for that one before. And then this one's, like, very generous. It's a very strange mission, this. Like, it's probably the most, like... It's the one that most feels like a modded mission rather than a real mission out of the whole game, I would say. Oh, I'm not doing very well at this, am I? There we go. I wasn't trying to avoid that card. It just worked out that way. Back we go. Oh god. Oh goodness. Oh no. Okay, well that's just... I can't... This camera! Oh god, I don't want to fail this. I really don't. Alright, there we go. That's the bonus mission done. It's not very good. I don't really like it, but at least it's very quick. I did not mean to blow up my car. It just got, like, stuck. And then the physics just took over. Alright, let's see if I can even escape here. Actually, I don't even need to do that, do I? Right, so let's go and teleport so we can do the final mission here. Alien Autopsy Part 1. So, Alien Autopsy Part 1. I do not like saying this name. I don't even know if I'm saying it right. It's very awkward. Collect and deliver the nuclear waste to the spaceship. Don't let time run out. So yeah, this is the only version of this mission because there's, like I said, there's like 4 versions of this pretty much. This is the only one where you're allowed to use whatever car you want. All the other ones force you to use a specific car. First it's like the hover car, then Snake's car, and then Grandpa's car. But this one does allow you to use whatever, so that means I get to give it a go in one of the traffic cars, which I'm going to use this hearse. This hearse seems to be okay. It's just a little fragile, but speed-wise, it's actually pretty good. It's not too bad at all, so I'm going to keep using it here and hope that nothing crazy happens. I guess the nice thing with this is that, like, the car is... it's just not as fast as it's probably expecting you to be. Well, that's not good, is it? I guess I'll go back. That's very unexpected. Normally when I do that jump, it's not a problem at all, but yeah, I was just about to say about how, oh, this should be easier because of how much slower this car is. And it's on fire. Okay. Alright, this might be trickier than I thought it would be. I don't think the alien autopsy missions in this game are all that hard. I think that's a little bit overblown, but yeah, this hearse is already causing me problems, so let's turn around. I don't think it's going to be a time thing. I think it is purely just going to be making sure I don't drop this nuclear waste. Which, of course, that's the whole mission, right? That's what makes it hard. But I think this car is fast enough that I can make it without too much trouble. I guess I just got to be a little bit more careful. Normally, I can take that ramp with any other vehicle. Like, when I play through this normally, I always take that ramp. And it never drops the nuclear waste. So it is quite interesting that it does it with this, but I guess it's just a heavy, clumsy, slow car that the physics just don't like it. That was closer than it should be. Okay, so normally what catches people out, including myself, is this bit where, like, if you go too fast, you just smash into the wall. But again, this hearse is just so slow, it does not matter in the slightest. Okay, here we go. So far, so good. No problems. I am still going to take this shortcut, I think. Like, the fact that I dropped it before does make me a little bit worried, but yeah, okay, so that's okay. And I'm definitely not going to take the fire engine ladder ramp, because it just seems like I will smash into the floor and drop it, which we don't want to do. Alright, we've got an okay amount of time, although I can't really mess around. I have been trying to, like, avoid running over people, but we might just have to accept that as collateral damage. It is a sacrifice I am willing to make. I completely let go of A on that section because I don't trust it as well. Oh, here we go. All right. And boom. That was strange. What a strange edit. Okay. Oh, I think it's going to explode still. Yep, there it goes. I got that too early, but there we go. Right, that's that done. It's kind of what I said. I don't think Alien Autopsy is all that hard in the grand scheme of things. And that hearse actually seemed to be okay. Not amazing, very weak, but speed-wise it was actually okay. So we're done. We're actually just done. I was not expecting to be able to beat every attemptable mission in this game with traffic cars, but there you go, people. You can totally do it. If you don't mind a little bit of frustration, I would say the hardest one was level 4. That was tough. But level 6 was also pretty tough and quite tedious, if I'm going to be honest. But it's always going to be a little bit tedious when every car you use is really slow. But yeah, if you ever wondered if it was possible, the answer is yes. So thank you very much for watching. If you want to see more of me play the Simpsons Hit and Run, I also did a playthrough trying to avoid all cars, the Avoid All Cars Challenge. Feel free to check it out. And yeah, thank you very much for tuning in. I guess I'm going to try and come up with the next weird and wonderful thing I can do in the Simpsons Hit and Run. But until then, I guess I'll see you around.